Don't know. Don't know, family. We gotta deal with Grand Horizon. Yeah. Morning vibes. Uh, discuss some wisdom. It's difference. You already know. Say knowledge. It's just wisdom, life experiences. And just put it away from me for a little bit. I'll just use myself to help my own build. My own experiences help my own build. So wisdom from struggles. Gaining wisdom off of struggles. You get wiser the more you go through things, bad, heavy, rough, tough situations. You just get more wiser off that, depending on how you're built. And a lot of sub things also can influence that, like your upbringings and all that. Wisdom from struggles. You get back what you put in. All right. We all hear that. You get back what you put in the universe. Kind of goes under the term karma. Basically, it is karma. You know, and you may get back some shit in the form of struggles. It's like, oh, I'm doing a lot of good things for people, and you're getting back shit off of the goodness that you're doing for people. Shit in the form of struggles. What you gotta understand is that struggle could be the goodness. So basically, struggles can be a good thing. Struggles could be the light at the end of the tunnel, depending on how you utilize it. Especially if you are a genuine, positive soul with what you put in to what they call the universe or into this life. So I would say to get back goodness, try to do everything with true love in your heart and avoid doing things off low density emotions or acidic emotions or negative emotions. And even when you do that, it can still come back in the form of struggles. So therefore, after you endure the struggle, depending on how you deal with the situations, struggles may come with good things once you endure. And how you deal with issues says a lot about you anyways. Have a smoke. So basically, what you're going to be doing from there is turning bad situations or what they call curses into power and strength. I mean, for me, for example, that's my only option. Because once you understand the game of vibrations, the scale spectrum of negative frequency and positive frequencies, once you have the overview of the scales and you can feel what emotions do to you, what the different emotions do to you, you would know to conduct yourself at all times. When you figure that, you finally know for sure that love conquers all. When you finally know that love conquers all for sure, what do you think is going to happen? You're automatically going to program yourself to always deal with situations with love. You know where I'm coming from? And I already gave this example on many platforms in the past where you do things off the principle if it's negativity. So you don't put your emotion into it. So if you're in a life-threatening situation, yeah, you're going to defend yourself, right? Because guess what? You love yourself. So when I punch somebody in the face, for example, I don't put the anger emotion inside it, because sometimes you already know operating with anger brings back a negative karmatic reaction, rather than you punch him in the face without no emotion, because it's the principle. You don't think on any, don't wait for the emotions to build up before you do it. Just do it. If you know you have no other choice, because the love ain't going to work right there, because you're right in the mix. So you got to know the timing and all that shit. So turning bad situations and curses into power and strength, right? That's my only option, instead of handling those situations in a negative manner. So when you're going through rough, tough, turmoil, troubles and problems and negative situations, it's a good thing, depending on where your heart is, where your heart's at, and how you use it. You see, sometimes I'll use myself for example, getting locked up, stabbed, and all that shit. If I hadn't went through those situations, I wouldn't have went through the chain reaction of other situations that may be more wiser. I'll still be probably living in the same environment, doing the same shit, only for something even worse to happen, where you can't even change that for the better. Because maybe you bypass that open door to make you learn something new. You get where I'm coming from? So you have to know how to conduct yourself when you had to pay for something that you did. Well, really, what you're paying for is a better aftermath and a better outcome. Because I tell you, some of the best people in life, when it comes to their personality, their emotions, and their attitude towards other people and nature and how they deal with things, they deal with it all righteous and beautiful. They're never in a bad emotion, bad mood. Guess what? A lot of those people went through some fucking hardcore shit. And look who they are today. They hadn't went through those rough situations, they may have never been who they are today. So that's when I say that when you get back what you put in, sometimes you may get back struggles. But it's a good thing, because those struggles is going to make you more powerful and more stronger when it comes to dealing with issues and people and the environment and everything around you. So it's a good thing when you're going through struggles. Some people don't have any struggles at all. Some people, they just stuck where they at. So just know that, because there is spiritual soldiers and leaders in the making. They're being built for the better of this physical nature. Call them the chosen ones. And I want to give you another happy grand rising to everybody. Hope your weekend was copacetic. Hope everything's good, everybody. Peace, Rob All Banks. 420 while pop. Done, no family. MTGVTV, you already know, sis. Right? And I want to say, using this life to gain as much positive experiences as you can. You want to gain as much experiences as you can, because as I said before, experiences is wisdom. See, there's a difference with the knowledge. Knowledge is just learning things. When you apply it now, it's the wisdom. Because your life, your current life now, may influence your life in the other realms. Or for some people that believe in another life, the afterlife. Or for some people, they might dream, and when they dream, they're living a whole nother life in their dreams. And just your dreams, period. What you do here influences those dreams. And sometimes even your dreams, you can learn from your dreams. Sometimes your dreams is just very violent or negative, or it turns to be nightmaric. And what you do here can change that. But sometimes when it's like that, very gruesome and hectic situations in your dreams, sometimes those are there to build you up for the better. Just like in this life, when you get back negative karma for the better, depending on how you use it. I've been fortunate enough in this life, this current life here, to witness a lot of esoteric things, a lot of the invisible nature, at times being able to bounce around, do astral journeys where I'm living other lives using the sun as a portal to escape. Do my practices in life, which goes hand in hand with where I am on the scale of vibrations, which has to do with how you deal with people, your morals, and how you think, with understanding, like treating people how you'd want to be treated, etc. Being that I'm still young and novice compared to those who are far more experienced with those practices, I'm now fully convinced, man, that the sun is a portal and not just a luminary that provides light. You know, I'm still learning. Well, I've been through enough to go through it, these experiences where I'm looking at shit like differently. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you a predicament of some shit that I seen the other day. Hold on. Hope all y'all is doing good in life. See, my computer broke down, but I'm going to use that to make me get on my shit even harder now. That's a good thing. I was sitting out having a smoke, on the front porch. I was in it was actually the field. I was in the field, like on a lawn chair, chilling out to myself, you know what I mean? Thinking with the heart, practicing, thinking from the heart before the mind, practicing controlling thoughts. The more you're outlined up is the more you can control your thoughts. Sometimes you say, let me see if I can actually control your thoughts. For a lot of people, it's very hard for them to control their thoughts. Thinking too much and thoughts coming into your head, getting injected because you live in too acidic. You're not looking at your pH value with what you're eating, what you're consuming, putting inside your body. A lot of this poison bullshit, low density food. that's injecting thoughts into your brain. I discuss Morgellon on different platforms, the worms in your body, the negative ones, not the natural ones, and how it influences you. You see, the more you're doing the right things to your body, the more you're consuming the right things in your body, you will be able to control your thoughts much better. And it'll come to a point where you don't need to control your thoughts. You automatically have good thoughts when they come in. Thoughts is going to help your growth, because those things that you're putting in your body is killing a lot of those negative worms inside your body. A lot of those negative frequencies is getting killed. And guess what? Your harmonics is naturally glowing now. And when you're naturally glowing, when you're shining bright, auric, your auric is shining bright. Guess what? Your thoughts is not something that you need to fully control now. It's not a struggle to control positive ways of thinking. So I was on the lawn chair, chilling out. I'm looking at the sun, and I caught it late, but I caught just enough of it to see. I'm seeing something fall from the sun, and it wasn't a jet, it wasn't a plane. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It had a big trail behind it, but it wasn't flying. It was falling, like, and if it was flying, it was going downwards, so it's coming down to the earth. And I'm like, shit. I didn't have my device on me to record it. And I'm thinking, like, by the time I run in to get it, to put on the recorder to catch the footage, I'm probably gonna miss it. So I was like, fuck, I want to see what, you know what I mean? But got those houses in front of me that's blocking it from when it fully lands. So I can't see like where it's gonna go past a certain point because there's a house blocking it, the roof of the house. But I've seen this thing come out of the sun, and the trail is coming from the sun. And you can see a piece where it came from, like the sun was leaking out. I'm like, yo, I wonder if other people are seeing this in the neighborhood. And this is like the second time I've seen something like that. I'm like, this thing came out of the sun. Then if I could do a screen share, I'll show you pilots that's actually flying over the sun, and the sun not being big as what you think it is. So I'm pretty convinced that these are something else, like portals. Just like how you look at stars. You can gaze into the portal to escape and all that shit. Because that's what I've been doing my practices from last year till now, last summer till now, and all that. I've been doing that, using the sun in the summer times. Just fall asleep under the sun and just staring at it, fall asleep to it, and then you find your spirit just going through something. You know what I mean? When I seen that shit, I was like fully convinced, like, yo, that is a portal. Something just came out of there. And this shit looked like, if you ever watch like Transformers or some shit, you know, like Transformers, or you have some called Beasties or Beast Wars or some shit like that, the 3D version and all that. You see when those pods come from the sky and they fall somewhere, then it's a new Transformer inside the pod. It looked like one of those things. It wasn't a plane, it wasn't a jet. It was like a pod coming out of the sun. I was like, what the fuck? You see the big trail behind it, like the smoke trail from the sun because it's hot or whatever. So that was some shit that I'm blessed to see, and it just confirms more of my beliefs. I'm like, you know, nobody around me looked like they seen it, was paying attention to where I was remotely, right where I was. I wasn't around nobody, but I mean, there's houses all over the place. There's traffic. I'm pretty sure somebody must have been looking at that, see that shit. But you know what I learned from previous experiences in my life? I'll be outside having drinks, smokes with some friends and shit like that. And I'll be seeing something in the sky, and I tap him and say, yo, look at that. You see that in the sky? Look at that. And it's clear as day, but they can't see it. I'm seeing as clear as day. You don't see that right there? And they can't see it. So it shows me when you're on a certain vibration, you're able to see shit that most people can't see, or your average person cannot see. Your veil has been lifted or taken down, but theirs haven't. You know where I'm coming from? So therefore, when you have these conversations of your life experiences, to them, it doesn't sound believable. So that's why I say when people are giving you their life experiences, Don't always look at it like it's bullshit. Some people been through shit that you ain't been through in your life, or some people seen shit that you probably would never see in your life. Maybe that was for them to see, but not you necessarily. Because I was once upon a time one of those motherfuckers, somebody showing me something and I'm not seeing what they're showing me. So I knew how he felt when I was going through that situation myself, when I was getting a little more wiser in life, spiritually wiser when it comes to the invisible energy around you. Sometimes you got to teach yourself, got to learn. And that came with going through negative experiences, which was good for you. You put a lot of good things in, you do a lot of good things for people from the strength of your heart, just out of the kindness of your heart. You don't do it because you want things back, because you expect. It's like you say, oh, you know how karma works, so I'm doing this for you because I expect something back for the universe. Nah. You naturally do things for people from your heart. You treat people good from the heart. You don't do it because the laws of the universe and all that bullshit. Because knowing that that's how you think, it may not come through for you. You just gotta do it naturally. Live life naturally good, positive. Help somebody. Not no. This is a systematic way. Help me, help you. Help me, help you to help me. Let's be honest. That's what it is. Nah, the natural way is just naturally just helping others. That's how you get positive karma back. And for a lot of people that's chosen, so-called chosen or favored by the Most High or the Don, the top, a lot of those people are going to go through turmoil. Because guess what? This world is based on kindness or weakness anyways. This world is based on not hearing genuine people out. This world is based on people walking over kind-hearted people. And they say, closed mouths don't get fed. Why do I want to get fed from somebody that needs somebody to speak up to feed them anyways? You naturally do something for people because when you're truly going through a struggle, people will see that anyways. While you're waiting for the person to say something, I just recognize and give. You help yourself. You take a step forward, and the Most High will help you the rest of the way. So I don't look for help from people. And I hope all y'all is doing good in your life, and hope you heard what I said. I'll repeat again. The more wisdom you get, the more wiser. The more you go through struggles, it's not always a bad thing. And sometimes you helping others, it comes with more struggles. But those struggles is what's going to get you to the next level when it comes to strength and being more solidified. You get back what you put in, but don't expect to get back exactly what you put in. So you gave somebody 100, you're expecting to get back more money in the future because you keep helping people. Nah, sometimes you get back a fucking jail sentence. And then when you're in court and shit like that, you'll be surprised that you just beat the case out of nowhere because the nigga decided to not testify. That's my life experience. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to help. I'm doing all this good thing for myself. Charges caught up to me. And when I'm in trial, facing 11 years, and the motherfucker was scared to come in and testify because there was a spirit on him. He couldn't do it. And I thought I was done. I thought I was going to do fucking, when you go in there and you do 11 years, you're automatically probably going to face more years because you're going to go through turmoil inside there. You're going to go from the jail to the prison after a couple years. You go to prison after jail. I'm not talking about no precinct jail. Bullpen in the court. Then from there, you get your sentence, where sometimes you're not even sentenced yet. So you're going in jail now, doing your time in there, probably going back and forth to court, from the jail to the court, to the bullpen, to the precinct jail, to the back to jail. And it keep asking for remands, because maybe you're a surety or your lawyer, or your free, your legal aid is not there. You find yourself going to prison after 2 years. And then when you go to prison now, you're facing out the rest of your term. You get in trouble inside there. Then they put more years on your shit, put more time on your shit. Before you know, you're doing 16 years now. See, that's something where the laws of attraction or karma wasn't in your favor, because maybe you was doing things for the wrong purpose. And you got those extra years to teach you more shit. And if you utilize that the right way, the correct way, you come out to be a fucking monster for the better. Rider for righteousness. See what I'm saying? The blessing that I got in life, one thing I'll say is that I ain't been through the worst compared to some people I've seen, or there's people I've never seen or witnessed. And I ain't been through the best compared to some people I've seen, some people I've never seen. Well, one thing I'll tell you is that a blessing for me, I've been through enough to know the best and the worst, how it feels. And I'll say this again, like I say on plenty platforms in the past. Money doesn't excite me because of those situations and because of all the shit that I mustered throughout my young years in this world. Find a suitcase of money. It's not exciting to me compared to your average person walking around. That's worldly. If I found that money before this wisdom, I'll be doing things to make me better worldly. And I find money now like that. I'm doing things to make me better spiritually, in the favor of righteousness when it comes to the Most High. That's where I am. And don't get it twisted. I'm going to use it for self-defense also. And that comes with guns. That comes with surveillance, along with my spirituality. So all that jewelry and clothes and fancy shit, and that ain't me anymore. My morals is different. And I do expect to go through worse turmoil in this life because of how I think nowadays. Because not to say I'm chosen, but I know there's something there. Why I'm going through a lot. Through my whole life. Just bad luck, bad luck. And it's looking like a bad thing, bad luck. Nah, bad luck. All this bad luck is what's prepping me for the better. What's prepping me to win the war and not just the battle. So, shouts to all y'all. It's not much y'all here, but whoever will catch us in the future, shouts to y'all too. You done know it's your boy. Have another smoke and a drink of me for another minute. Vibrations at all times. Learn the vibration of everything that you're consuming. Is it acidic? What is the pH value of what you're consuming? Okay, we all not perfect, but you still gotta be mindful. I slipped this weekend because it was my mother's birthday, so I spent some time with her. And, she's a little more worldly than I am. So, her thing that she would eat once in a blue moon on occasions like that would be like Red Lobster. I found myself slipping. I found myself slipping I end up eating some lobster and shrimp. I don't eat that shit. But when you're very high vibrational, I found myself, hey, what the fuck? It's not like I'm living off this shit anyways. And I shouldn't have that mind frame either, but you know what I mean? That's why you want to get your vibration as high as you can. So when those things come into play, like thoughts like that come into play that you can't fully, you can control it. But sometimes it's right there, man. You're hungry as shit. It's your mother's birthday or an important family member birthday. I end up slipping. But it's like, if I knew that I was low vibrational already, hell no, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? And that's the wrong advice too, right there. But I'm just being honest. But shouts out y'all same way, man. And this is your boy Pre. That's me. Done though. Out.